but the aforementioned Thursday nighter involves the aforementioned San Francisco 49ers, who are on the road in Tennessee, favored by 3.5 points. Here we are. We're talking Niners as road favorites at over a field goal. I mean, short week. I mean, Debo, and here's the thing. Here's my thing here.
Yeah.
The problem with Debo and Kittle, right? They get banged up all the time because they play hard football, right? They're taking hits.
Yeah.
Now you're asking them to do that on a short week against the Tennessee Titans team. Now, I'm not saying the Titans are great. Obviously not. But if I just go to the rules, let's say, quote unquote, the home dogs, I mean, in this instance, that's where I'm leaning. I'm leaning on the home dogs and the points, but I could just be jaded against my own Niners.
No, listen, I think that's a fair take. So a couple of different things, right? Like, yeah, you have the road team on a short week, right? Like that's tough. This isn't a non-existent travel thing. This is a pretty extensive travel spot here for the 49ers, a team that, again, is getting a lot of credit right now for this little run that they've been on, right? Couple of, listen, wasn't all that dramatic against the Falcons, right? But it was certainly a nice win, but the dramatic win before that against the Cincinnati Bengals, and obviously the Rams win from a couple of weeks prior to that. Like, they are hot right now. And it's funny, right? Like, we talk about like the small sample size that is the NFL, because 5 games ago, maybe, what is the line in this game? Like, isn't it Titans -3? Right, at the very least, as the team that
and Shanahan's coaching for his job.
Yeah, like it's just like, this is what happens, right? You know, we always talk about like hockey or NBA or whatever. Like 5 games is nothing in those leagues, right? Like that is a week and a half, and you wouldn't drastically overreact to a week and a half. And so just because it's spread out over the course of 5 or 6 weeks here, now we see the 49ers as 3.5 point road favorites here. And that's just too much, right? Like, I'd love to back the 49ers, right? I'll put it this way. Before the season, one of my futures, you can go back to the preview show, was 49ers to win the NFC at +600. Like, that's all of a sudden not looking all that bad anymore, because again, I think this team is built for the playoffs. So I like the 49ers, but we're talking about up over a field goal at this point for a number that my numbers make 1.5 for the 49ers. And that's with the market fluctuation, right? The Titans coming down in the ratings and the 49ers coming up, and them essentially switching spots or sort of passing each other on the road of my ratings here, going opposite directions. All of that factored in still has the 49ers only about a 1.5 point favorite here. So anything above 3, I think, needs to be a take on the Titans. Now that's going to be uncomfortable because this Titans team not looking all that great over the last few weeks. And, you know, Tannehill and all of that sort of thing, right? Like, Tannehill, is he a poor man's Jimmy G? Is he a rich man's Jimmy G? Like, we may never know. But again, the Titans, I think, can, right? Like, I don't even really know, right? Like, Tannehill's got Jimmy G vibes, or the other way around. I don't really. All I know is that we get 3.5 points here with the home team on a short week. A team that's like, let's just be honest, right? It's not hard. You don't need an elaborate rating system or even a basic rating system to sort of understand that the 49ers are being valued really highly in the marketplace. Now, again, they could meet that valuation, right? They could be that good, and the Titans could be that quote unquote bad. This is just one of those spots, right? Whether it was early in the season where the Bills came to town to face the Titans, right? It's funny, like, there was a part in the season where the Bills were 6.5 point favorites at the Titans, and then the Titans won that game and won a bunch of more games, and then they became the team that was heavily valued, and then now they're the team that's undervalued. Like, the Titans have been on their own personal roller coaster here as well that matches the 49ers every step of the way for twists and turns. So yeah, I mean, I just think it's a fundamental basic bet here that you have to make here. Tennessee +3.5, going to be uncomfortable when Deebo Samuel and George Kittle are just absolutely running through guys' faces out there. But like, that's just where we're at here with the marketplace, where unfortunately we can't take the 49ers here because they're 3.5 point road favorites on a short week. I mean, fundamentally, that's just kind of brutal.
Oof, yes, very, very true, my dude. Very, very true.